How's it going, everyone? We are back to talk about cardboard, and we have the coffee. It is generic instant coffee, but we've got it iced because it is 1,000,000 degrees right now. It is indeed coffee. Vanilla? Caramel.
It's sweet.
Refreshing. Either way. And let's have a look at the news. So, we are getting official English language versions of OCG cards. So, this is kind of weird. I haven't looked into it too much. I've not looked at the video because it seems to be the Duelist Cup stuff. But an authorised official English language version of the OCG is being launched for Asian territories, as English is a common language. Lingua franca in most OCG countries. I'm uneducated and uncultured because that just went over my head. The first two products will be Structure Deck Rise of Blue Eyes White Dragon and Structure Deck Illusion of Dark Magicians, which I'm sure a grand total of nobody will be playing competitively, but I've been proved wrong before. Thoughts, feelings?
So they have printed Asian English sets before, in especially the old school ones. You can find Asian English Blue Eyes White Dragons LOB almost anywhere. The problem I think that this is going to cause is a lot of people over here are going to think that, oh, the copies are more accessible, they're more cheaper. If they start bringing out cards that we need over here, then people are going to pick up those cards and think that they're going to be legal here. They are not going to be legal. And you can differentiate these cards because on the set code, it won't say EN and then the number, it'll say AE. Asian English.
Which is a really subtle difference, and OCG cards are way cheaper. Like, sometimes if you just want like a nice proxy or something like that, it's not bad to just go for an OCG card. I do it a lot with GOAT stuff because they have prettier rarities.
They do.
And they're way cheaper.
The other thing that'll catch people out as well is the back of it won't say Yu-Gi-Oh on the little red logo. It'll look like the Japanese writing that is displayed on the screen.
Yep. Right here.
Instead of saying Yu-Gi-Oh in bold capitals.
Yeah. So, yeah, just be aware of that. I don't know how similar they're going to look. I don't think anyone does right now, especially if it's
it should be identical.
Run. Yeah, either way. Don't get AEs with that backing. Although, like, I am not promoting this, but if it is just a set code different, I feel like there has to be something else, because I feel like a lot of judges wouldn't even pick up on that.
No, well,
like in the middle of a tournament. Do not buy them and use them for official tournament play. That's just asking to like get into hot water where someone does realise. But I feel like there'll have to be more.
The problem's in the back because of the logo.
So it'd only be on deck
it's a marking
check,
issue.
Yeah.
So they call it marking, and it's illegal because it's a different logo.
Yeah.
So
either way, be careful about that. Master Duel got an F&L list, and it was really small. Silver is gone. And so is Branded Expulsion. And that's the list.
I mean, Silver's the generic card, and Branded Expulsion is laughable when they get the dragon. That just does it for him.
It's harder to do.
Wow.
You can interact with the dragon a lot easier than you can Expulsion.
Oh yeah, you can imperm the dragon. But...
yeah, you can imperm the dragon, you can hit the dragon when it... yeah, you can't really...
But if Lost is up, you can't do anything.
Yep, coming back to me saying Lost is the problem. But no, all these cheesy win cons are. And they got an Ally of Justice solo mode. But really, that's kind of interesting to see. Silver in particular, I wonder if anywhere else is going to follow suit, because Konami don't massively enjoy hand loops as far as I'm aware.
I do.
You're a bad man. Hitland. Anime Expo apparel. So there's more merch. Summon Skull's kind of cool in a teenage way, and that's kind of.
I want the swim trunks, the swim shorts.
I want exactly none of this, but if you do, look out and maybe buy it.
If you're going to get me something, get me the Exodia swim trunks. I will literally do a short in them.
A short with your shorts?
Yeah, I'll do a short on my shorts.
As long as you're not making any poor taste obliterate jokes.
Oh, it'll be my thunder thighs, of course.
Wonderful. Moving swiftly on. We have more releases from Age of Overlord. We have got... You try and pronounce that. I'm going to drink some coffee and while you're at it, read the effect.
Baphomet, the Phantom Beast Art Ruler. Alright. The level 6 Wind Fiend Fusion Effect Monster. Attack 2/4, Defense 600. Materials. 2 monsters with different types. Either Beast, Fiend, or Illusion. So we're incorporating the new type now. You can only use the second and third effect once per turn. This card's name becomes Chimera the Flying Mystical Beast while on the field or in the grave, but it is still treated as a Phantom Beast card. Second effect and third effect. If this card is fusion summoned, you can send a Beast, Fiend, or Illusion monster from your deck to the grave. Seems a bit silly, but alright.
We'll see.
And then the third, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you banish this card from your graveyard. Target one of your banished Fiend or Illusion monsters. Except this card's special summon it. So
a Foolish and a Reborn.
Yeah, Foolish and Recursion.
Not bad.
Pretty good, pretty generic. How easy can you summon this is the question. It's not a contact fuse, so that's good.
Is this the Spolly target for playing against Illusion?
Possibly.
Okay, we have got... This is the most metal name ever.
I thought it said diabetes at first.
Diabellstar, the Dark Witch.
Alright, that's cool.
Oh, we've got other stuff underneath it. Okay. No Corrupted Gem of Rebellion or Snake Eye will be renamed to Tainted Treasure of Treason Snake Eye. I'm assuming because of some text issues. So, you can only special summon...
With the first effect of this card's name once per turn.
Yes, thank you. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once each per turn. First effect, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Pretty easy.
So level 7, it's Kashtira support.
Oh yeah. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can set one Tainted Treasure, spell or trap directly from your deck, which is why... Oh! They're actually updating card text so it fits in theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third effect.
Third effect. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon it.
It's pretty good as a free body.
Yeah.
See if the spells or traps are any good to play a little engine with it.
Yeah. So, this is the Tainted Treasure Hunter Fiend. Okay. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. Add one Diabellstar monster from your deck to your hand, so it's a rotor on a quick effect. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your Tainted Treasure spells or traps that is banished or in your graveyard, except this one. Place it on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. That's pretty sick.
So you can already play that card in an engine with 3 of her and 1 of these.
Yeah. 3 of her and 1 of them?
Yeah, because you can set one and get another one for next turn.
Ah, okay. So, this one is Tainted Treasure of Doom. Lucilla?
Yeah.
You can activate 1 card with this name per turn. Target one level 7 or higher spellcaster monster you control. It just says spellcaster you control. Apply these effects in sequence. That face-up monster is unaffected by other monsters' effects this turn, but is sent to the graveyard during the standby phase of next turn. All face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to the monster's attack. If any of those monsters' attack has been reduced to 0 as a result, destroy it.
It's Dark Magician support.
That was quite bad until it wasn't. That's Slifer. You can board wipe Math Mech with that mid combo. That's
This is Dark Magician support.
That's quite good. Tainted Treasure of Betrayal, Sylvia. You can only use the first, one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. 1. Send Diabellstar monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard and target one face-up card on the field, negate its effects. When your opponent activates card or effect in response to your Diabellstar monster's effect or Tainted Treasure spell or trap, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate that effect. That's the start of something good.
That's pretty cool.
If this keeps getting some reasonable love, I'm already like, as long as it doesn't get the VS treatment, I'll buy this.
Yeah.
That's a solid start. And now for yours.
Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon. Right, so... Right, we have a new archetype, Snake Eyes. Level 1 Fire Pyro Effect monster. Obviously doesn't help that all the volcanic support just searches pyros.
Hold up. Snake Eye XL.
Yeah.
XL is other things as well, isn't it?
Not in the XL you're thinking.
Nah, never mind. Carry on.
You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal summon or special summon, add one level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand. So free access to Volcanic Shell. You can send this card and one other face-up card you control to the graveyard, special summon one Snake Eye monster from your hand to deck, except Snake Eye XL. That's pretty busted.
You just keep reading.
Snake Eye Orc. You can use the first and second effect name of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is normal summon and special summon, you can target one level 1 fire monster that is banished or in your graveyard. If you special summon it, if you add it to your hand and special summon it, you can send this card and one other face-up monster you control to the graveyard, special summon another Snake Eye from hand or deck. So there's a theme here, they all get each other.
That one's a rekindling target. These aren't, unfortunately.
Yeah. This one, Snake Eye White Birch. You can only special summon this card's name with the first effect once per turn. Second effect. Right. So if you control the fire monster, special summon this card. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can send this card and one face-up card you control to the graveyard, special summon a Snake Eye. So they all e-tell each other, but really, this loud dragon is what's got my attention. It's a level 8 fire dragon. You can target one monster in the graveyard or face up on the field, place it on its own, in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So you just target a negate and put it as a continuous spell or something pesky or annoying. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one monster on the field treated as a continuous spell, special summon it to your field. So then you can re-summon the card you've just put back. And you get to use each one of these per turn. Third effect, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters from your graveyard. So it recurs the whole engine, pretty much.
That's interesting.
Then we have the Shine of Serpentine Sight Snake Eye. It's the field spell. When this card resolves, place one Snake Eye monster from your hand, deck, or grave face up in its owner's spell or trap card zone as a continuous spell. Level 1 fire monster you control gain 1100. Once per turn, if your opponent normal summons a special summon, you can target one monster card on the field treated as a continuous spell, special summon this card, special summon it to your field. That's pretty crazy. Then we have the original Tainted Treasure, so we're going back to that archetype before, so they tie in. You can only activate the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Send one face-up card you control to the graveyard. Special one level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. That's too generic. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Snake Eye or Diabellstar monster in your graveyard, add a level 1 fire monster in your deck to your hand.
So they tie together.
They all tie in. Alright, and the trap. The Glaring Rule of Snake Eyes. If the total levels of all Snake Eye monsters you control equal 2 or more, activate one of these effects. Target one monster your opponent's graveyard or face up on the field, place it in the spell or trap card zone as a continuous spell. Pretty crazy. Target one monster on the field treated as a continuous spell. Special summon it to your field.
I wonder if this might be the next big law.
It probably will be.
I'm into it. And we have got the Bryonic retrain.
Yay! We're going to get an improvement. I can't wait to see this card. My favourite childhood synchro.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Brionat, the Dragon of Icy Malevolence. Oh, it's evil already. Generic, of course, it has to be. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. Pretty annoying. If this card is synchro summoned, you can discard one card, target one card on the field, return it to the hand. That's not changed at all. This card is special summoned from the graveyard. You can discard one card. Then target one card on the field, return it to hand. Well, just eats your hand up the same as the other Brio.
But less.
What's this about?
I think, best case, it is a synchro unicorn.
It's daft. It's ugly.
Yeah, it doesn't look as...
I hate it. This isn't a retrain. It's just pissing on my chips.
Lucky Moz. But...
Oh, Shino birds! Yay! I know.
Let's Yatterlock people.
Are these going to continue to be annoying?
Okay, so we have got Shino Baroness Shade Peacock. It's a level 4 Wing Beast Ritual Spirit Effect monster. That's a lot of words. Attack 1500, defense 2k. You can ritual summon this card with Shino Bird Calling. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Number 1, this card's name becomes Shino Baroness Peacock while on the hand or field. Ah, right, it must be an existing card. Right, that's cool. It's not always treated as it, so it doesn't mess with the ratios you can play. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add one spell trap from your deck to your hand that has Spirit Monster in its text. Once per turn during the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished, special summon this banished card. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was special summoned this turn, return it to the hand because it's a spirit. And then we've got Shino Baron Shade Peacock again.
So there's two. So these are little versions of the big guys.
Baroness and Baron.
Yeah.
You can ritual summon this card with Shino Bird Calling. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Also, it is exactly the same apart from its stats are reversed. On the stat lines, it's attack 2k, 1500, and the level and everything else is identical. So, name becomes that name. You can tribute this ritual summon card, add one spirit monster and one ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So that's pre-prep? Just on a body. Once per turn during the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished, special summon this banished card. Once per turn during the end phase, do a spirit monster and put it back in your hand.
Well, you can't have pre-prep, sorry. You can add calling, though. The idea is...
No, I'm saying this is pre-prep.
Yeah. These cards thin the deck more.
Yeah. Okay, so the Himorogi Where Stars Align. Sorry for butchering it. Once per turn, you can ritual summon one wind ritual monster from your deck by tributing spirit monsters and or Shino Bird tokens you control whose levels total or exceed the levels. I'm sorry.
There's a reason Shino Bird.
Yeah,
there's a reason it didn't have Shino Bird in the name.
Okay.
But it's in Pressure Planet Perilino territory. We can't let this be searchable.
So that just pops one out.
It's a strictly go second strategy, though. You don't have to worry about that. The way to kill Shino Bird and FTK them is to go pass. Or you go first.
So they need stuff on the field.
No. If you just pass with nothing out, then they'll just kill you anyway. But if you go second, like they're all spirits, they return to the hand in the end phase. So it's basically putting Yosenju in to go first.
Up to twice per turn, if a face-up wind monster you control returns to the hand, you can activate one of these effects. Add one of your spirit monsters or ritual spells that is banished or in your graveyard to your hand. Set 1 stars align across the Milky Way directly from your deck. That reads very pushed. I don't know how the deck works. I don't know how stars align across the Milky Way does
so
things.
The idea is Baroness returns up to 3 spells and traps on the field to the hand. Baron returns up to 3 monsters on the field to the hand. Then they can turbo out a mana or battle for free.
Okay.
And then these 2 are basically going to make that strategy more consistent, and the field spell's going to allow you to summon these ridiculously unfair cards, which half of them are non-ones per turn.
And one of them is Yatta.
Yeah.
Not that we're scared of Yatta right
Honestly, if this deck finds a way to go first, then it will be okay. So, like, you can't really play Shino Birds without Dogmatica. Or you can't play them without Vanity's Fiend being in the main deck. Because they'll just lose.
More new merch. Unlike the figures from last week and the week before, these are way less what I would have on my shelf.
That's putting it lightly.
But if you would then, you know, go for it. Even like Marek and Ra, like, that looks massive, but...
If you would like to spend more than a week's wages on average on a Dark Magician girl, then now you can.
I feel like you always have been able to do that. Yeah, I'm not... That's kind of okay. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it, but...
It's daft. Winged Dragon of Ra isn't 500 times the size of him.
Aren't they all just digital projections in canon so they can be whatever you want? They can be like that big.
Not the gods. The gods become alive.
You are such a nerd. Now on stuff I think is cool, but way too expensive. The Enemy Controller Complete Edition.
That's not bad. 55 quid.
I think it's just a tiny plastic thing.
It's 55 quid.
Oh, it's a puzzle. That's not bad. I think it was the cushion that I saw the price and I was just like, no. But
yeah, that's quite cool. I like that.
I like the Enemy Controller. I would love to see an actual Enemy Controller.
Working Enemy Controller.
Controller. Like, yes, that would be sick. Even if the triggers are spikes. Worth.
Right, so what's this cushion you're on about?
Oh, it was
right,
a while ago. More from Age of Overlord. We've got a GX anime card that is appearing in it. Fire back or fire.
Finally!
Recover. Would you like to?
Well, we've been waiting for this one. Target 1 fire monster in your graveyard. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard if you do special summon that monster. So, yeah. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 of your fire monsters that are banished in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1. So how would you like to reset Volcanic 500 times in a go?
That sounds fun.
Let's put the scatter shots back. Let's put everything back.
Before we get into the OCG stats, we are just going to say that the DUELIST NEXUS pre-sales are about to, if not are in the process of going live. In this set, we've been through it all in previous news, but we have the new illusion stuff. I think we've got a new collector's card in the form of Magician's Bonds of Unity.
Which will probably be a bomb.
Yeah, it's one of those 10,000 dragon kind of cards, so cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by having 25 or more cards in your graveyard. Gains 2,500 attack and defense while your opponent has 25 or more cards in your graveyard. It's a level 8 spellcaster, and
it's not even applicable to 10k. You can use 10k.
For no good reason, but yeah.
It's an OTK on Lex.
When you already had lethal on the board. But anyway,
yeah.
Wheel Synchron, Revolution Synchron, a lot of Synchrons. I can't remember what they're called. Are they the Chimera archetype?
He's a retrain of...
Oh, that's the retrain one.
Yeah.
That I think is also a retrain.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have got the illusionist stuff coming in.
The Altergeist support, the Nemlaria cards, the new Infernobles.
Yeah,
We've got Evatile cards. I'm not going to say support because that would be wrong.
dinosaur cards.
No, they got a level 6 provided you play a brick. I don't condone that.
New Manadium stuff. I don't know if this is where the degenerate stuff comes in, where they
I think we got that.
Turn skip you.
Oh, yeah. The Unchained support?
The Unchained support. The other thing is the Infernoble. Like, the Unchained support looks like absolute fire. The Infernoble support looks pretty sick. The new Monarch is not a Monarch.
They're going mad on these QC rares.
Yeah, this is why I like started buying them and then kind of didn't. Click and Echo, I believe, is relevant, as well as there's something that I clicked that was Drytron support specifically. I can't find it now. Oh, new Runic. Clearly they needed it. Crimson Dragon is a big deal, people.
Yeah. More Vices, pointless crap.
I think that's...
We read him. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the certain sticky stuff in there. And Altergeist, did we say?
Yeah, we said that. Honestly, if
Dark Corridor.
Oh yeah, and a card that searches Dark World cards, because that's a great idea.
Add one Dark World monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. You can only activate one Dark Corridor once per turn. That is, if you just pair it with Brow, that's kind of pot of cream. No.
See, if you take an archetype that you like, that isn't quite degenerate, it got cards, but they're not good cards. If you liked strategies that were previously degenerate or are now newly available, then they're getting support.
Pretty much. It's really bugging me that I can't find this one. This one Tritron card, because there's like a couple bits.
Oh, the Urstron.
Yeah. Urstron. That's a point.
Right, so... Ursa. Tron. There he is.
There we go. Right, so... I don't remember seeing this in the news, but... This card is always treated as an Earth Arctic and Drytron card, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by card effect. If you control an Earth Arctic or Drytron monster other than this one, you can special summon this card from your hand, then add one Earth Arctic or Drytron spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. It's a level 7 water machine effect with 2k attack and 700 defense.
It's not quite broken because Drytron aren't getting very far with Nova in the first place, but it does add Nova.
It does add Nova. Crimson Dragon, just take this one real quick.
Right, so it's generic. It has absolutely no right being generic. It should require Ancient Fairy Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Power Tool Dragon, and it should also require Blackwing Dragon.
And it, by your reckoning, it should be completely unplayable.
It should be. Right, the card should be, because only 5 secret signers should come together to summon this dragon out.
You're being an anime kid again.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, the card reads, if this card is synchro summoned, you can add one spell or trap card that mentions this card from your deck to your hand. Don't worry, none of them are going to be good for non-degenerate purposes. Quick effect, you can target one level 7 or higher synchro monster on the field, except Crimson Dragon. Has to be a dragon. Oh, higher synchro monster on the field. Never mind. Return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon one dragon synchro monster from your extra deck with the same level as the targeted monster. So the idea is that you could target Axel Synchron, which has just reborn the tuner, to then summon out Savage Dragon, which is now
small.
Ah, I am. Sword Soul, you could target Shixo and then bring out Axel or something different.
What level's King Calamity?
It's 12, but it's specific.
Yeah, but it's treated as a synchro summon.
What's the effect?
When this card is synchro summoned.
No, on Crimson Dragon.
You can target one level 7 or higher synchro
with the same level as the targeted monster.
We're arguing semantics. We've got the runic thing that does disrupt things.
We've covered this. It's awful and a bad idea to give this deck 9s.
Click and Echo were adorable. They can't be used for fusion synchro as XYZ can be tributed while face up in the monster zone. Cannot be tributed. If this card is sent to the graveyard as linked material, special summon it. So it's summoning players' opponent's field and defense position. So I think there was something to do with that.
Well, this card... Oh, so you basically keep your opponent's hand revealed.
Ah, that's it.
So you normal summon it, make Almirage, then give them that, and then you can see the hand.
They'll probably be...
That is a problem.
It's a level 2 as well, which I'm not...
You can play that in Kashtira.
You
could summon Unicorn, normal at Echo, link into Almirage, and keep your opponent's hand revealed.
Yeah, or just go into it as part of your standard Sprite combo.
God, imagine if Sprite could look at your hand. Oh, wait.
They're gonna be able to next set.
Shit. Right.
So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there, and we will get back to... Well, that was a massive rant, and I'm going to school you on that Crimson Dragon after.
Remember, Tom, we need pictures on the screen to, you know, allow our audience to see what the hell we were on about.
Means I'm going to have to send them to
You're going to have to backtrack it.
Yeah, I'll send them to Tom and let him know there's some editing required. Sorry, Tom, but not really. Right, so Duelist Cup 2023 Asia Finals. We are noticing a lot of the same with the current OCG meta. It is varied, but it's pretty solidified. It's weird that it's this varied. So, 6 Grass Super Heavy Samurai, a Shizu Veselinth and Emancipator, 6 Rescue Ace. I got hosed.
It's funny. It's funny how they can put Emancipator in that deck when really they mean 3 copies of Researcher.
Well, we'll find out. 5 Shizu Labyrinth. Great that's a thing. 5 Tier Elements. 4 Shizu Tier. 1 Shizu Kashtira Tier. 4 Pirelli. 3 Runic. 2 Vanquish Soul, and then you've got your 1-offs. Adventure Synchron. Interesting. We might be able to see some cool stuff. Lots of result breakdowns and whatnot. So, first was Pirelli. Is that what I just... Oh, yeah, it would have been in the breakdown. So, Pirelli's still running amok.
Yeah, well, they have 3 Delicious, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think they got a different limit, didn't they?
No. Otherwise, it would have told you.
Yeah, we did that video last week. I know you were very tired for it.
Since Zeus has got a limit bracket there, none of these have limit brackets
it
here.
Mustn't have hit the calendar time for it. So, yeah, full power Pirelli with the Dark World package.
Oh, God.
Adventure Synchron.
This is just Eldritch, but replacing Eldritch with Adventure. This is not fun, and this is not on. Stop it.
Why do you hate everything?
I do not hate everything.
So boring. Hey, look, that dragon.
I hate 3 things. Oh, that dragon. Trident Dragon. I've not heard of Trident Dragon getting playing time. Dispatter. I mean, you can blame anybody for playing Dispatter. You see, they're using this for this and this.
We'll see.
I don't see no Hot King.
Well, that's because their brain isn't as big as mine. Clearly, they only came second in the
all right, smooth brain
in the Asia Finals, and I've done exactly nothing. But don't even start with me. No, yeah, this is really cool. I like it. You're boring, Moz.
I'm a boring.
This is the thing that I can't get my head around with OCG ratios and the game just being fundamentally different to how we play it. A single Cerebus in the side.
It's searchable off Herald, so they mill Herald off of Diviner.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, Just some of the ratios confuse me. A Shizu tier. Shizu tier. This looks like it's going to be something and is coincidentally coming out in DUELIST NEXUS. We're seeing that, you know.
Oh, God.
Synchron packages. Which is kind of interesting. I believe that's for like a power tool though, so I'm not entirely sure here. Maybe it's for AFD.
It's for AFD.
Which is pretty interesting. Versus...
Oh, God.
Just hate everything, Moz.
I know. I like exactly one card in this.
You like exactly one card in the game, and it's
I
UCT.
like the Caesar. The Caesar reminds me of UCT. The posture's similar and everything. It's almost as if he's copying him. It's like a homage to the best boss monster. It's like he knows he's not the best, but he's paying homage. Can't even tell me that pose isn't the same as well. It absolutely is.
We're not doing any more late night recordings, Moz. You too much. Not in a good way. Yeah, it's versus deck. They've got some stuff that we don't. I think that's Battling Boxer card. I don't know what that is. I'm very tired.
Tart Rebellion.
Phantasme in the side. That's hype. Love it. Rescue Ace. It turbos out a lot of back row, and it's good to see it's doing things. Dragon Link is Dragon Link.
Dragon Maid.
They are leaning back into the maid stuff again, yeah.
It's a free package. Hospitality's not a terrible package.
Bestial, I really like seeing the, is it Rebellion?
Yeah, Nice Rebellion.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Oh, it's good for some. They got 3 Striker Dragon. Ooh.
Yeah, just the synchro capabilities of this deck. We've seen that it can just hand loop you. Or just make big unaffected dinguses.
No Baron.
Rescue Ace again. I think it's kind of much of a muchness with Rescue Ace. Vanquish Soul again. We're seeing that kind of solidify. They have Maxi, so their decision is a lot easier for their Earth target.
I mean, we do have Bell.
Just everything, just absolutely everything has a Chaos Angel in it. Yeah, we've got Bell, but it's not like, I mean...
It's not Max C, but it's an Earth, and it's a good hand trap.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a hand trap. Do you go Fenrir?
Probably not.
It's pretty good. I've tested it. It's good.
I play it.
I do. My God, you're being a pain in the ass tonight.
Oh.
Have we not fed you enough? Oceanic WCQ 2023 Cash Tira. We're just going to blitz through these. Pirelli, it's Pirelli. Labyrinth is got a couple of Ishizu cards in it, but it's Labyrinth, it's skill drainy, and it is Furniture Labyrinth. Cash Tira again is Cash Tira. Melfi Sprite with a couple of Fenrirs, and they are rib-locking. They be out here rib-locking.
Well, I approve of it more than I do Live Twin Runex, so...
So, yeah, it's what we have come to kind of know and see, and it's kind of concreted, and their meta should probably be changing a little bit with the bans that they've taken. Sorry, it is quite late. EU World Championship qualifier. Jessica Robinson took it with Rika, which is great to see. And then there was a swath of things that at this point we kind of just expect. Kashtira, Labyrinth, Dragon Link, Kashtira, Labyrinth, Despia. Another Rika snuck in there, but we don't have a list for it.
Fair hire, although it plays exactly 3 cards and a Runic engine with sprites, so...
It's just a sprite variant. It's a sprite Runic variant.
And then trains to... Oh!
Trains is cool to see. Sprite... and we've got Mathmet kind of... I think this will be the first showing with the spirit monsters, where it's got like a reasonably high tournament result in our meta. I'm actually curious, so I'm just going to click it. And then Flu are making a comeback. We expect to see Vanquished Souls. We expect to see Pirelli. Yeah.
Broken record all along, except for the train.
Yeah. So recurrent trains are based. So the Spirit Math Mech list,
Nabla.
I need to read it. You contribute 1 Cyberse monster, special summon 1 Math Mech from your deck if this card is sent. To the graveyard, you can target 1 Cyberse monster you control. In the extra monster zone, it can make 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. I think it's just if this card is sent to them. No, it's just the you contribute a Cyberse to special summon 1 Math Mech monster from your deck. It's alright.
For one of.
Yeah, I don't think I would personally play it. And then the spirits at 2 each. And this is very bare bones. This is just all hand traps. That's kind of reminiscent of my new list. That's very reminiscent, apart from I don't have imperms in there.
It's a good job, because 2 I'd be very annoyed at you with.
Yeah, well. That happens. That's just a consequence of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Annoying you. Pit Knight. It's a little different. Flexing the new Link decoder, which is cool. And there's a lot of double ups there. Eccentric is still a really good bridge, which is an MST as well. Cool. And this is the winning list. So I'm assuming you know more about Rika than me.
Well, the idea is that they got Lair of Darkness. They contribute your opponents things for free using this card, or any card they fancy, including Glamour. Glamour's Engage for plants. This is Rota for plants. This card is probably getting contested for being the only vanilla card to even crop up as a limited after Exodia. Like, this card is stupid and should not exist. Obviously, Winter Cherries is definitely a funny shout at the minute. Although this is the card people say that they should hit. So
Jasmine.
Yeah, to be honest, what I do know...
Oh, big brain. Big brain. Just seen it. The spiritual are outie, so they basically have an appointer in there that they can thrust into.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty decent list. It won, so it did the trick.
It did well.
Did the trick.
No, it's great to see plants. Kind of like, they always felt like they should have got a top, and it's good to see that they have. And we have Earth Machine.
It go Burr, it go OTK. Really, there's nothing.
Redeployment and heavy fall with
Yeah,
cards. So is Urgent Schedule.
There's really nothing crazy going on here. It's just.
Overdrive is great. It's just a lot of really good cards, you know?
It's bog standard Earth Machine, and this is probably a deck I might end up playing at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's got me written all over it.
Yeah. Does it?
It does. It make big things.
Yeah, you make big things and then proceed to not OTK with them. You make big things for disruptions.
I play with my food. I'm more like a cat.
You're something. Anyway, Sprite Tri Brigade. This is about the most tolerable sprite list that I've seen. I'm really not a fan of the deck, but it's great to see that there aren't Brunix in here. And I'm a massive fan of Tri Brigade, so do you know what? I'll take my wins where I can get them. It's good to see it up there. And the NA World Qualifier Playoffs, we don't have the deck data for, but Exorcista took it, so we'll probably end up talking about that next week.
The Aratama.
Yeah,
Aratama and Saki doing it.
Actually, Manadeum or Manadome.
They are just more expensive, low-performing Sword Soul at the minute, so they have every opportunity to make boards equally as crazy as a lot of Synchro Combo decks, except they're a lot more interactable at the minute.
Yeah, and that takes us back to the start. And that
It
should be a wrap.
Bedtime.
Maybe we need to do a Tuesday video. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the bell icon, do all those good things. If you like the things that we're doing, watch the things that we're doing and tell the people to watch them as well. It really helps. Would you like to sign off?
In a bit.
Let's change the subject. I'm leaving.